What's happening, crypto fam? You're tuned in to the Elite Wealth Podcast, where we unlock the secrets of crushing it in the Web3 and cryptocurrency space. I'm Tyler Brewer, alongside the co-host Garrison Raleigh. And since 2016, we've been educating, enriching, and empowering hundreds of students across the globe on how to make waves and create generational wealth in this space.
Each episode, Tyler and I keep it real with you, analyzing the top market movers and industry leaders, the latest news, and how to avoid the potholes on the road to crypto riches. We're industry vets who have guided students over 500% gains in this wild 2024 market.
If you're a rookie crypto trader or a seasoned investor, you're in the right hands. We will teach you how to level up your mindset and skills to really capitalize on this decentralized revolution.
Subscribe now and join us every week as we lead you step by step into elite digital wealth with the Elite Wealth Podcast.
Yo, what is up? Welcome to episode number 9 with myself, Tyler, and Garrison. What's going on, brother?
How is it going? We're almost to 10.
I know, bro. It's crazy. It's been an awesome stretch so far. It's been a fun beginning. I look forward to hundreds more. This is just the beginning, bro. We'll get a lot more in detail. We'll be able to cover so much more stuff once we get past these basics. But, you know, the basics are really the foundational level for understanding what crypto is. And today we're going to dive into NFTs. And for most people that don't understand what an NFT is, right? Everybody thinks of, majority of people probably think of NFTs as the monkey pictures, you know, as a PDF. I can just screenshot it. Like, why is this guy paying millions of dollars for this? But what an actual non-fungible token is something that cannot be duplicated, right? So non-fungible, if fungible itself means interchangeable or replaceable by another identical item. So non-fungible means unique and non-interchangeable. An really easy in life or in real life thing we could use for this is like a concert ticket, right? Or a seat at a baseball game. You can't create another row 9, a row C, seat 9. You can't recreate that thing. That's not duplicatable. You can have another seat, but it's not going to be that exact same seat in that exact same spot. So, Garrison, bro, do you want to dive into a little bit and give kind of maybe your background, or maybe go into background on some NFTs, or really maybe your opinion, and what do you think about them, bro?
For sure. Yeah, no, I really love NFTs. We'll get into like the amount of stuff you can actually do with it. I've been ever since I got into crypto, I've loved NFTs. I've been heavily in NFTs. It's really fun. The communities are great. But I do want to take a step back a little bit and talk about like some of the timeline and key events of NFTs. So really, I guess 2012, 2013 is when the concept was originally brought up. They called it colored coins for Bitcoin. So the basic idea behind colored coins was to color or mark specific transactions representing real world assets. So like real estate, stocks and bonds, commodities, collectibles, loyalty points, voting rights. I'm not exactly sure if, how it technically works. I'm thinking it's something like this. So say Tyler buys a house from me with Bitcoin, we would mark that Bitcoin with a color, and that's what makes it the colored coin. So
yeah, I think it was real similar to something like that, Garrison. I don't know exactly how it worked either, but I know in 2012, 2013, it was, like you said, one of the kind of the first concepts for what an NFT is. And it really was the idea of using blockchain technology to represent a unique digital asset that really influenced a lot of the later things that we'll dive into too.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think that would be really cool, bro, to kind of color code what the, you know, hey, look, this is what this transaction was. And it would make accounting super easy instead of, you know, looking at a hash, a token hash, or an address and looking at Etherscan. And next thing
it doesn't have to be
everything.
It doesn't have to be currency. Like that's the good thing about it for like warehouses and, you know, stuff that need to keep, you know, like supply chain tracking and stock and stuff like that. Like, you know, NFTs can be very easy. You know, maybe you have 5,000 or 500,000 of, you know, stocks, and you have your company has 500,000 worth of stocks, and $200,000 worth of real estate. So, it's different color coded on the blockchain for them. So when it comes time
Yeah,
to
bro.
looking for this stuff, it's
That'll be sweet.
a little bit easier.
But yeah, let's like you said, let's dive into the timeline a little bit too. Like you said, so we had 2012, 2013, we had the color coins concept shortly after, and we'll go into these in a minute, but shortly after in 2014, you had the counterparty platform. 2015, you had in-game assets on blockchain. Shout out to video games, right?
That's
2016.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say like that's really what got me into NFTs, or what the first like light bulb moment I had was like, wow, gaming for NFTs, like that would be big. But
Facts, bro. But then you had the rare Pepes after that, right? You had from cool things from video games to the next thing right after was memes. You had the Pepe, the little frog. People were using meme-based NFTs. 2017, you had CryptoPunks, which we'll dive into. They were originally free. Then you had Crypto Kitties, which was a little bit more changeable, right? It was less immutable than previous NFTs, where these ones you could kind of change. 2020, we have really the NFT market kind of gets mainstream with a lot of celebrities adopting. And 2021, People's Every Day, the first 5,000 sells for 69 million. That I think was probably a real pivotal moment. Honestly, just because it was a mainstream event. Before it was, celebrities are spending millions of dollars on monkey pictures and nobody really still understood them. And I think from there, bro, we kind of really dive into from 2021 to 2022 was our experience in the market, right? From the NFT market experience and explosion growth and increased adoption for NFTs in general. But let's dive into it in a little bit and let's go back to the counterparty platform and talk a little bit about that, because this is where NFTs kind of originated. This is where the idea is kind of crafted from. And like Bitcoin, there was multiple before it. Same with NFTs. There's multiple before any really mainstream one, but there's going to be more too after the fact. Bitcoin, a little different because it's a token. NFTs are cool because, like Garrison said, they could really be anything. It doesn't have to be a picture. An NFT is really a value. It could be a contract of value, but it's not duplicatable. It's it's finite.
And verifiable is another, like, it's not duplicatable, but it's also easily verifiable.
Yep. Yes. So real quick, bro, let's dive into the counterparty platform, because in 2014 it launched and it enabled the creation for digital assets. So what this platform was, it was a protocol built on top of Bitcoin blockchain that allowed for the creation and exchange of user-defined assets. It was launched in 2014 and aimed to extend Bitcoin's functionality beyond simple money transfers. And then Garrison's favorite, the in-game assets.
Yes,
if you want to cover this one, bro.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump in. NFTs can be, like I said, anything. In games, you want it to be things like character skins, weapons, virtual land, or other collectibles, anything that you collect in a game. I was a big Call of Duty player, or also Call of Duty is an easy example. Like, you work so hard, you get to, master prestige, or you buy all these skins, and then, the new game comes out and it's worthless. Or same thing with GTA 5. When GTA 6 comes out, GTA 5's been out for like 8 years or so. You've spent 8 years building what you have on there, and you can't transfer it to the new game. And that's going to be big. That's going to be super big, I think, once mainstream and corporate companies actually start to put that in place. I think it can be largely adopted, and some people may not even realize they're using blockchain. If they can make it seamless, that's where it's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, bro. I think so too, man. And that was in 2015. That was when I graduated high school, when these in-game assets started to become a big thing.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because we weren't even thinking about this, but here was the pioneers of Web3 and crypto and NFTs, and they were really adapting and innovating the space, bro. So super cool. And then we have a time period after that where the rare Pepes emerge, right? Rare. But they were really the first meme-based NFT, and the rare Pepes were essentially a mix of internet humor, meme culture, early experiments with blockchain. But yeah, ultimately it was a different form of art, and they were, again, finite. You couldn't just, like, there was no two of one kind, and even if there is, there's multiple tokens, and they have different token IDs, so there's more to it. But it's like having row C, but there's seat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's not, it's 1 and 2 aren't the same seat.
Yeah.
Both might be in row C, but again, you're not in the same seat. You can't both have the seat. You're not going to split that seat. Maybe you could in the future, right? But yeah, I think it was really cool, bro. And like you said, in video games too, back in 2015, the in-game assets, I think that's really cool because you think about it now, imagine how much fun people have, right? It's entertainment at the end of the day, but video games are a huge really, I guess, niche market, you could say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money that flows through that market. And if you could make that interoperability, and I think where we're going now with NFTs, we're getting very close. We're 2024 now. In 2021 and 2022, we had really that emerging market of NFTs.
Yeah, and after all the meme stuff came around, more and more people started to launch, NFT projects. CryptoPunks, I'm sure you guys might have heard that. Those are still around today. Those are probably right now they have the most volume on most platforms, and they are the most expensive. They're going for hundreds of thousands still to this day. So,
And I believe none of them are listed, is right? Like they don't just list them on the floor.
on Magic Eden, they've start to list them.
Okay.
I noted on OpenSea they never get listed though. So it's just kind of the battle of marketplaces, I guess. And
Yeah.
Some platforms don't force royalties. I know Magic Eden does, but they aren't easy to come by, that's for sure, especially because right now they're 26 ETH. So
Yeah, they're not cheap. But what's cool about these, bro, I think what's really cool, right? They're 26 ETH right now. 26 times what's ETH? Like 3,100 bucks,
you could say,
3,200
yeah.
bucks. So,
So
originally they were free. They were
right.
something you could get for free. You could mint for free, and there was 10,000 of them.
Yeah,
Imagine you get 6, 7, 8 of these things. You get them for free, and Garrison 26 ETH. I think you're looking it up right now. How much is that?
27 ETH is 91,000.
Oh,
So and that's the floor price. Like you're not gonna get any desirable traits with that. Like, um,
you're not picking your NFT with
yeah,
100K.
pretty much.
Oh man, but
And
yeah,
yeah,
dude, I think
and there's really no utility to them. In reality, there's not. Um, it's just access to a community. Like that's all it is. Obviously, when you're paying that much for an NFT, there's going to be a lot of valuable, um, a lot of awesome people and valuable people like celebrities and people that are building brands or using the IP. Like, look, one for 2 days ago went for 80 ETH. One four
oh
days ago went for
man.
69 ETH.
Yeah, bro,
Um,
that's crazy. And so what 28's about 100K roughly?
yeah, and then
Sheesh.
80 ETH is 80 ETH is two 2,700,000. Wait,
Let me
207,000. Wait, yeah. Yeah, so it's over 200,000 that guy spent on that
dang,
NFT.
bro. Let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about NFTs, what are some things that you would state, like why would you just said like there's really no reason to buy a CryptoPunk. For what reason? Like what things would you stay away for when looking at NFTs?
So when looking at NFTs, one thing, like I said, CryptoPunks doesn't really have much of a utility, but the IP is so known that you could, start a business with your NFT. You own the IP, so you can literally do whatever you want with the NFT, whether it's
And
put it in a museum, whether you want to put it, on your own wall, or whether
and
you wanted to
because some
sell it.
people, sorry to interrupt you, bro, because some people might not know what that means. Explain what using IP means. Like use like Apple as an example, or Microsoft, or Facebook, right? Meta.
Yeah.
But
So like I can't just go to here. Let me get the definition right here is um it's like a internet protocol address is a numeric label such as, some numbers that is assigned to a device or computer that uses internet protocol for communication. That's not really, I guess, the definition
intellectual
I was looking
property, I
for,
think,
but
too, is what you're looking for.
yeah,
But
so you can't just take Apple's logo and claim that you're associated with Apple or Facebook. You can't, if me and Tyler were making these podcasts and we were claiming that we were, with Apple or Facebook or Google. That's not our IP. We don't have the rights to say that unless they gave us approval. Now you go and buy one of these known IPs, you can do whatever you want with it. And if people know it, you also have a community backing it right away, because most of the people in that NFT community, when they see you're building something that's going to help the IP or help the brand, people are going to support it. So you pretty much automatically have, there's 10,000 CryptoPunks. So you almost have 10,000 people that are going to see it virtually right away. Granted, there's some
Or
dead wallets or people that aren't there anymore,
or at
but
least
yeah,
respect it, enough to be like, oh, look, this guy's got 100K to spend on this. Like, let's see what he's doing.
he's definitely got something going. So
Yeah. But yeah, so after CryptoPunks, we had the Crypto Kitties. And I think what was cool about the Crypto Kitties, bro, is they were actually a little more changeable, I guess you could say that. Like they were less immutable because you could breed them, which is funny, right? They're digital
oh yeah.
cats. With CryptoPunks, they were pretty much like digital characters.
Yeah.
With Crypto Kitties, they were like literally digital cats. But they were unique because you could buy, sell, but you could also breed them. So if Garrison had bought a male and a female Crypto Kitty, he could breed them and actually make another NFT. So it was cool though, because it was a blockchain game, and it was one of the first blockchain based NFT games, and it was running on the Ethereum network. Which is crazy about this is it was so popular that at one point it was slowing down the entire ETH network because of the transaction volume. So imagine like a cat video game is slowing down the internet. Like imagine that, like on a simple, that's what happened on the blockchain. It slowed down the Web3 internet.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And like imagine you go, you know, pretend you're trying to make a credit card transaction and it's taken forever to load. Like that's what it did. It caused congestion on Ethereum, like Tyler said. And if I were to send him a transaction, maybe it took 30 minutes instead of, a couple minutes to get to him.
Yeah, bro. What do you
But
think about what do you think about the early pioneers? And this I'll call them early pioneers because I don't want to call them stupid, because the people in the beginning end up doing stuff that doesn't seem so smart, but you only know that because you know better after the fact. What do you
right.
think about the people in 2020, bro? And the NFT market really started to go mainstream, and celebrities started buying the Bored Apes, the land in Decentraland, the yachts, bro, digital
Yeah.
yachts.
I
But
mean,
but
go ahead.
I was gonna say, but keep in mind also the fact that people may be using these losses as a write-off for their
True.
gains.
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of people speculate that's what a lot of them were for, especially crypto punks. Um, but I know Bored Apes, I don't know the exact utility they have, but they do have some utility, like you can stake it and earn, Ape coin, which is their token, and you can transfer that to US dollar and, make somewhat of a passive income from it.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of it was for hype. Like
Yep.
celebrities wanted to reach people that they haven't reached before, or maybe they were bored, or like you said, tax write-offs. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good tax write-off in my opinion. Like if you're
Yeah. I
if you're
mean,
gonna get a tax write-off, might as well do something that's gonna attract millions of people,
and
right?
and maybe even writing it off as a loss too. Maybe not even as a tax write-up, but maybe writing it off as a loss, or thinking that they're gonna be able to store some of their value in there. But
Yeah,
yeah, bro, I think it's funny. I think overall, like you said, it was for some hype, but I think the other side of it too is they're pioneers. People were early. They thought like, oh my gosh, they seen the hype and maybe got like, oh my gosh, my buddy just bought one, just spent 100K on one. It's like the same thing we said about the CryptoPunks. Well, if he spent 100K, bro, it's kind of like
for
he's got
sure.
100K to throw around. He's probably got some other money.
100%. Yeah, and
Um,
and a lot of times people expect, when you're buying NFTs at that price, I don't think you're really expecting to flip it for a big profit. But when you're buying like the meme NFTs or the cheaper, NFTs, a lot of times people just buy it and expect to flip it for a couple 100%, which isn't in reality sustainable. And the celebrities could have thought the same thing. They saw people were coming in here making millions of dollars off of minting these NFTs, but they didn't really understand what they were getting into. So they were just buying them for millions of dollars. And, you know, thought they probably could have made more. Like the celebs, they're doing a lot of stuff, so they probably don't have time to sit down and study it or whatever it is. And at that point, you're just buying stuff for fun.
Right, bro. But yeah, that leads us into the 2021 People's Everydays. And really what that was is he was drawing a new digital art every single day. And it was for 5,000 days straight, I believe it was. And there was kind of a collage. And it sold for like $69 million at some art place. I think it was like this place called Christie's. But what's cool about this, and I think it really gave a mainstream look. It actually brought even more people into the space, and there was more adoption. The space slightly changed a little bit even more, but it was a good change. We did some of the fakes out, we did some of the flippers, and also brought in some other people too. But then from there, I feel like you see it on a lot of artists, right? Regular artists, even if they were like wanted to be artists, they came into the space because they seen, dude, he just sold this art piece for 69 million bucks, right? And he was blown away. There's videos of him. His real name's Mike Winkleman, but there's real videos of him like actually like when it was selling, and he was like shook, could not believe it, because he was just making a picture every single day. It's like a podcast, right? We're just making a podcast every single week, bro.
Right. Yeah, and that's another thing, like art, bro. People spend millions of dollars. There's probably been art pieces sold for billions. I wouldn't be surprised. And that's just a picture. You can do less with that art piece than you can with an NFT. So like when people say, "Oh, isn't it just a picture that I can copy and paste?" Yeah, kind of. I mean, you can copy and paste it if you wanted to, but people that are actually into this stuff, they're going to know it's not yours. They're going to know it's mine if they're looking at the blockchain. And there's like I said, it's easily verifiable, but art you can easily fake. Like the Mona Lisa, there's probably been people that have been scammed for trying to buy the Mona Lisa, because you can just, repaint it, copy it, whatever it is, and that's not easily verifiable. Like you can't scan it, you can't put it on, you can't check the blockchain to see who it went to and where it started.
Who owns the real one?
Right.
Because who knows if the one that's actually displayed somewhere is the real one, or maybe it's
you got a good
duplicate,
point there
bro.
too.
Like, because they're scared that it could be destroyed because it's the only one. And we even hear BlackRock nowadays talking about like, real world assets, tokenizing everything. But yeah, man, I think Beeple's every day that, selling for like that was a pivotal moment for NFT, digital art, really increasing the mainstream adoption and interest in the technology itself, NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And a lot of people, again, even me, bro, sometimes when I think of an NFT, I just still instantly think of a picture. But after all the 2021, 2022, even a little bit of 2023, probably there was a lot of growth and increased adoption there. But after that, bro, it leads to where we're at now. So, unless you want to talk a little bit more about the, the history, the come up of it, let's dive into some of the nitty gritty stuff in the background and context.
For sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll jump in. I'll explain kind of like what the role of NFTs is on the blockchain. And we've gone over blockchain. I'll say it again. It's a decentralized digital ledger. It's going to record every transaction across a bunch of computers, and it's designed, to be secure, transparent. You guys know this. So in the context of NFTs, blockchain plays a crucial role by providing a verifiable, immutable record. So, that proves the ownership, the authenticity of it. And each NFT is going to be minted on a blockchain. It doesn't have to be Ethereum. It can be, oftentimes it is Ethereum. Solana NFTs have been really popular this year. So just whatever works for you. Base or Polygon is going to be, they're going to be your cheapest ones to
Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, yeah, some of them are going to be, a lot of people stray away from Ethereum because of the gas fees, the cost, but with the new update they did this year, it's gotten a lot better.
They're getting cheaper. Talk about a gas fee in 2021, bro. How'd you feel about a gas fee then?
Bro, I tried buying an NFT. I didn't even get it, and I paid like $500 in gas fee.
Brother, that's rough. Honestly, I'd rather like throw 500 bucks on the ground and like, kind of just see what happens.
Yeah, I'd rather just watch it roll away in the wind too.
Throw in a fountain. Oh man. But yeah, bro, I think there is roles for NFTs, and like really tokenizing everything. And like we just said, BlackRock is talking about really tokenizing everything. When you look at a chain like a token like Chainlink, where they kind of utilize smart contracts and also NFTs, right? Because you can go back and look at the history of this. You could own when you own a car, it's verifiable, right? You own the car. Everybody knows you own the car, but
with your
you,
title.
Garrison, you have clothes even that are verifiable. You actually have a jacket, if I'm not
Yeah, no,
mistaken,
you're
that's
correct.
verifiable.
Yeah, it can be
And
scanned and it's technically an NFT as well. So if you guys look up like IYK chips, um, you can put them on clothing and it's kind of like a barcode. Or if you guys have tap to pay on your cards, it works like
you're not
that
buying
because
that fake Louis, bro. You're not buying the fake Louis,
it's
the fake Gucci.
no, you
You
can
wouldn't even
verify that
know.
this jacket's real. But yeah,
Right? And
you
that's
can
crazy
literally
too.
have physical clothing as NFTs.
Yep. And this is what people don't understand. There's so many roles with NFT and inside of blockchain itself. There's right blockchain, it's a technology, but within there's so many ways NFTs can work in and really benefit the space. I'm a big Bitcoin guy, as most people probably know. We're up 9 episodes deep. If you listen to this, I'm always talking about Bitcoin's the best, no second best. I'm, a Michael Saylor fan, but also in the same sense, I see value in these other things. I see that there's innovation with these other things. It's, if we weren't open to new ideas, new innovations, then there wouldn't be no progress. We To not think of this as being progressive would really think that, hey, like, we're not going to evolve as humans. We're not going to get better.
Yeah, it's good. It's really just the evolution of money and digital or just assets in general. Um, things that are already going on today. We've seen people do concert and sport tickets as NFTs, which makes it a little bit easier and it's a little bit better. Who wants to hold a paper ticket for their whole life to prove they went to a concert or something? Now you can just hold the NFT and maybe it's even a cool picture of something. It doesn't always, maybe it's just a picture of a barcode or whatever it is, but it can be whatever you want if you're an event hoster. So
Yeah, bro. And I think too, talking about even fungible things, right? Like a dollar bill. I can exchange a dollar for 4 quarters. I could do it 100 pennies, however many nickels that is. I think it's like 40. I don't know. But there's fungible things. There's things in life that can be exchanged for one another. A dollar and a dollar, $10 and $10. Like Garrison and I could both buy that same Italia hat, and we could swap it, even though his might have some dirt stains and I don't want it.
where
We could we could still swap it. But I think the cool things like what Garrison was talking about, or the like examples that NFTs are real life examples, where you could see not only is it a non-fungible token already, people just don't even realize it. Like the
yeah,
concerts or the sport ticket. Like it's that seat you're sitting in is an NFT. You could label it as an NFT. You don't have to have a picture with it or whatever, comes with it if you don't want to, but it already is. And that's what
right.
people don't realize, right? And the NFTs, you see it in NFTs, you see it in trading cards. How many, well, I don't even know what is it, the PSA grade 10, like the terminology with these trading cards. Like even those are very unique. So it's it's pretty cool, bro. I think there's things that people don't realize that already are NFTs by definition, even if they're not digital. They might be physical NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And people don't realize that they're already in existence, but we're just digitizing them to store it, really.
Yeah, no, there's a like we're still going to talk about a little bit more, but I just saw this and I never even really thought about it. Like signatures or autographs. Imagine how much faster that would be for someone doing, signing 5,000 autographs, or there's a line out the door of autographs they got to sign, and maybe they just come up to them, put their phone next to the other phone, and bam, you get the NFT sent to you and it's their signature or whatever to prove that you met them, or and also like deeds to a house.
Yep.
And imagine you go to buy a house and you can see the last time the roof got replaced, you can see the last time the bathroom was remodeled and things like that. So that's really big.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
transparent, you know?
Yeah, it is, bro. And it's like that. And it takes, again, we've talked about it really in almost, I feel like every podcast at this point, but the trust factor, right? That's why we like crypto. That's why, you see so many people adopting to it is because of the fact that you don't have to even worry about trust. And when you don't have to worry about trust, bro, I feel like everything's even more fun. You have more
Yeah.
fun because you don't have to think about, is this guy going to screw me over? Well, you don't have to worry about it. You can go check yourself. And if you're lazy, you'll probably get screwed over because you didn't go check.
Yeah, one last thing I have for like, roles or values of NFTs, and then we'll go kind of into the technical aspects.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have heard of Pawn Stars before, and Rick, he has collectibles that he buys, and they all have certain collectibles they look for, but they always have to have a professional guy come in. They always need someone who's professional to come in and explain, is it real, blah, blah, blah. And if it was just an NFT, it'd be a lot quicker. So we'll move into the technical aspects. Tyler, did you want to kind of jump into the two main standards that there are?
Yeah, bro. I would say, yeah, like there's two main standards as far as what these NFTs are working on. And we're not going to dive into the real technical stuff, into the coding of these and how they work and the smart contract utilization, but there's two main standards. There's more than one. Again, we're not going to dive into them, but the two main ones are the ERC 721, the ERC 1155. And again, there's more than this. So I know there's going to be some people that are more experienced. They're like, bro, there's more. You didn't cover this. You didn't cover that. There's more, right? But these are the main two, and both of these are implemented on the Ethereum blockchain. As far as the other ones, that's we could do some research and check. But ERC 721 is the really the original NFT standard. It defines a set of rules for creating unique non-fungible tokens. Each ERC 721 token has a distinct ID and cannot be subdivided. This standard is ideal for one-of-a-kind digital assets like unique artworks or collectibles. And bro, we've seen it with multiple collections where they migrate from the 721 to the 1155 contracts, right? We've seen where they move over because there's limitations on certain ones on the ERC 721 and even the 1155 that maybe we don't realize are actually limiting us. So the 1155 is a little more flexible and it allows for the creation of both fungible and non-fungible tokens within a single smart contract. And that supports batch transfers and it reduces gas costs for multiple token operations. And this standard is particularly useful for gaming applications where both unique items and currency-like tokens are needed. Because again, think about it like in a game, if you use the 721 standard, and you want to upgrade the gun and make it better, you'd have to create a whole new NFT for every upgrade versus the 1155 version where you could just upgrade it and that same NFT can be changed. So and then you got to keep in mind there's things that are locked, like the metadata gets locked. And what does that mean? Well, once the metadata is locked, it's no longer changeable. It's immutable at that point. But then you have what are roles of smart contracts in the NFT functionality? Well, kind of what I just explained, right? How do you have the upgrading of a gun in a shooting game, like maybe we'll call it Call of Duty? How do you have the upgrading of a gun but not the changing? Well, the smart contract handles that. And we've covered really what a smart contract is, but a smart contract is really a self-executing program. Think about it like a vending machine in real life. In a vending machine, I can punch through the glass and steal whatever type of candy, drink, snack, treat it's offering. But with the smart contract, it's trustless. I don't have to, there's no glass to punch through. I can't break the coding. The coding can be seen by everybody and it can be understood by everybody if you choose to do the research and look yourself. If you're lazy, again, you might get screwed over because you're not taking the time to do the research yourself. This is where people don't like, crypto sometimes because they have to actually do something. But what's funny is we have AI at this point in time. You could literally just have it explain it for you, and then it'll actually read the code too. So, a little cheat code for everybody.
Yeah, and I know Tyler might have mentioned, and we've mentioned a few of these terms already in this episode, but you guys should understand what gas fees are by now. It's basically just a fee, like a credit card fee. And royalties, people get royalties all the time for selling merchandise and things like that. It's basically just a percentage of the sale that you get to yourself for, helping, maybe the artist gets some and the project obviously needs to be sustainable. So they need royalties a lot of the time. But minting is a process of creating a new NFT or a coin, I guess. And when NFT is minted, a new token is generated with a unique identifier and associated metadata. So, the minting process involves deploying smart contracts, like Tyler just explained, that defines the NFT properties and ownership details. And there's quite a few NFT marketplaces, but the popular ones I know we mentioned today is Magic Eden, OpenSea, Blur, which Blur is actually, I
Broken
believe,
Sea.
which actually they might be making a little bit of a comeback. They're talking about
Yep.
enforcing royalties, but there's been a little bit of drama with these NFT marketplaces in the last year specifically. 2023 was really a maturity moment for the space. We went through a lot of things. Projects are finally starting to figure out how to do real world things and be sustainable instead of, a lot of meme NFTs aren't really around anymore. People are looking for real builders and things that are going to last long. They want to invest in real businesses at this point. There's also NBA Top Shot. If you guys are into sports and awesome sports moments, you say Steph Curry just hit a three to win the game. You can go buy that NFT probably on NBA Top Shot a couple minutes later.
Think
Or,
about Vivi too, bro. Remember Vivi back in the day?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Vivi.
Then you,
That was some
yep.
awesome art. There was
Mickey
a lot of
Mouse,
Disney
Disney,
and
like yeah,
yeah,
bro. And that dude, I know you made a bag off of a Mickey Mouse thing one time, I think.
yeah, it
Wasn't
was
it the
nice.
whistling one?
Yeah, it was the one whistling driving the boat or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Old
bought
school
it
too. It was an
bought it
old
for
school mouse.
60. Yeah. Bought it for 60, flipped it for 1,000. So that was definitely my biggest NFT flip probably ever.
Especially in
But
the beginning, bro.
for real, because yeah, it was crazy on VV. Um, I think we've really covered a lot of things today.
Yeah,
And
bro. I
how
think
these
so
how
too.
first of all, or how second of all, I guess with these NFT marketplaces, how they work is there's user accounts. You can create a wallet with that platform, or you can connect your own other wallet, and you can also list and browse. So you can mint and list NFTs for other people to buy. Um, and that's really how they work. So it's just like that's the definition of Web3. You're connecting your wallet from some other platform to this platform. They're all connected in a way. So, I'm
One
not,
login.
yeah, correct. I couldn't just use my Facebook account for OpenSea or Magic Eden. Like, any wallet I make, it can be connected to my OpenSea or Magic Eden.
Or
So
to
any
your
account even.
Z run, race horse racing.
Yeah, yeah. There's Zed Run was really cool too. You could breed horses, race
And what's
horses.
cool about that, bro, is like right, a lot of people look at horse racing as unethical because like they're like pretty much pushing these horses to their limits,
Sure.
which again, I can't disagree with it. I don't
Yeah,
know
no, that's a
anything
fair
about
point.
horse racing, but long story short, like, it's an ethical version of horse racing. It's a still popular project to this day called Zed Run, but you can buy, say like Crypto Kitties, you can breed the horses, get males, females, you can create some of the best horses, you can sell them, you can rent them. Imagine real horse racing, but more ethical, right? Because we're not using real horses.
Right. Yeah, no, I like that. That's a good way to put it. And you could do that with a lot of things. One last thing before we end this here, I want to go over is
Yeah, bro.
like what to look for when you're buying an NFT nowadays, because it can be a pretty scary market. One thing I always look for is docs founders. That's going to be important nowadays because if you don't know who they are or where, I mean, you don't necessarily need to know where they are, but you might want to know where they are if they take your money. But docs founders are going to be very important, and a roadmap that they're going to, the roadmaps change over time, and you gotta understand that businesses pivot, but there's got to be reasoning behind it, and they can't just be throwing a dart in the dark trying to hit a dartboard.
Facts.
A lot of brands, like I talked about the maturity of the NFT space last year, a lot of people have matured and looked for real business building and started to build real businesses with these IPs. So just look out for that. Sustainable businesses and docs founders, great communities always help as well.
And low listings on NFTs.
True.
You don't want to
Yeah.
you don't want to move into a neighborhood where everybody's selling their house. Right. Probably not a
Facts.
good neighborhood. But guys, thank you for tuning in to episode 9. Make sure you tune in every single Wednesday. Click the link down below. Join our Discord where we provide this value on a deeper more consistent basis. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.